Listen to Wu Hsin, and not your mind. In his teachings, we learn to differentiate between what is real and what merely seems to be, leading us to understand that much of what we take as reality is but a figment of our imagination. Why do we cling to beliefs that only serve to constrain us? Wu Hsin points toward a direct engagement with reality, unmediated by the filters of our belief systems. Have you ever considered the possibility that what you perceive as your life might not require your constant commentary or agreement? You are, in essence, beyond time, existing infinitely in the here and now. It might feel like an achievement to reach this understanding, yet in reality, you attain nothing new, you simply shed the old. There's nothing to learn per se, but a great deal to unlearn. Patience is key in this journey towards discernment, leading to a realization that, when it arrives, is beyond words. These teachings won't take you to a new destination, they aim to bring you back to where you've always been. Wu Hsin's wisdom encapsulates three core insights. First, attaining clarity by ceasing to resist what is and harmonizing with the present moment. Second, realizing the oneness of all existence, recognizing that the multitude of phenomena are merely expressions of a singular essence. Third, understanding that the perceived separation between the self and the world is a division artificially constructed by the mind. The illusion of duality is the root of all discontent. Upon contemplating the origin of everything, one finds that prior to any manifestation, what remains is the undivided state of being. It's a return to unity, the dissolution of the illusory divide. The societal trance of individuality begins early, reinforced by family, educators, and society. Yet, Wu Hsin invites us to question and investigate our accepted reality. Direct cognition is available here and now. Imagine setting ablaze all concepts, judgments, and notions, allowing the fire to reveal the world as it truly is, in its perfection. At the core of this exploration is a simple yet profound question. In the absence of identification with anything, who are you? Everything we believe about ourselves is built upon the foundational concept of I, a distinct identity that seems to stand apart from the world. Yet, it's only by recognizing this as a fallacy that the truth can emerge. The final step in a spiritual journey involves losing oneself, an act that paradoxically leads to finding one's true essence. Trust in the journey that brought you here, for it will also lead you to where you need to be. Consciousness is all there is, and without it, nothing exists. All manifestations are but appearances within consciousness, which is the prerequisite for all perception. Attempting to stop the mind's incessant flow is as futile as trying to bury your shadow. The goal isn't to cease thinking but to cease identifying with thoughts. Thoughts come and go, uninvited. Ignoring them, they dissipate. To try and grasp unity with the mind is as ineffectual as attempting to drink through your ears. What you believe is good is only so from your limited perspective. What benefits you one day might harm you the next. Is it not wiser, then, to leave judgments to those who see only in absolutes? The pursuit of advantage is a direct path to dissatisfaction. You are not the protagonist of this play, you're merely one among many, each playing their roles. No actor can change their script at will. why then continue the illusion of control? Everything that can be gained can also be lost, except for that which is eternal. This realization is the beginning of understanding unity, that which always has been and always will be. Nature requires no effort to be, it simply is. Likewise, to align with what is natural, we must remove what is unnatural. The seed contains the fruit, and in stillness, without aim or intent, it unfolds naturally. Believing in the transient as permanent is folly. The transient is mere appearance, while the perceiver of all comings and goings is the only constant. By recognizing this, life is understood as eternal. The journey inward is also the journey home. It requires no destination because everything exists here, in this moment. Achieving understanding is not about adding more to what is, but about recognizing what is not. By stripping away all that is unnecessary, we uncover the key to happiness. In the quietude between thoughts, in the wakefulness beyond dreams, lies the doorway to understanding, accessible to those willing to step through. Embracing these three secrets, one lives unshackled. Beneath a rock, darkness prevails regardless of the sun's brilliance. To see rightly is merely to emerge from beneath the rock of personal identification. Wholeness is simply recognizing the non-existence of parts. The end of illusion is the demise of the I. Without illusion, being you is the illusion itself. True connection occurs when there's no person, personality, or individual to meet. Beyond the known lies the realm of infinite discovery. It's not about what you do, but what you cease doing that allows perception to bloom. Moving from vast nothingness to a small something is the height of folly. To live spontaneously leaves no room for thought. This is true living. Genuine tranquility, tranquility without someone attempting to be quiet, is the solvent in which all individual conditioning can be dissolved. What remains is neutrality, an acceptance of what is. Problems cease when their creator is no longer part of the equation. Thus, the solution to all problems is the removal of their creator. Discard all that has been acquired and return to the state before the first acquisition. Who are you? In that singular instant, devoid of all thought, the clear revelation that nothing is amiss emerges. The return of thoughts heralds the return of problems. Recognizing illusions as illusions is the pathway out of delusion. Seeking a grain of rice in a haystack is challenging enough, but searching in the wrong haystack is folly. Where are you looking for what you wish to find? If you're searching outwardly, you're looking in the wrong place. The individual seeks liberation. But liberation from what? Freedom from the pain of being an individual. Do you see why I laugh so much? What is, it always has been and always will be. There is nothing that needs to be done, nowhere to go, nothing to attain. Clarity isn't about addition, it's about subtraction. By giving up little, little is gained. By giving up much, much is gained. By giving up everything, you gain everything. Life pulses, everything is happening, but there is no one for whom this occurs. In silence, an inner, subtle eye opens and sees the foundation supporting all appearances. Every experience is transient, but the base of experience is still and permanent. This is diving deep into the root of being. In unaltered silence, this fundamental lucidity makes itself known. Those who have come to understand know this. Lan Shi sought wisdom. His first master taught him, "You are the screen on which all appears and disappears." Lan Shi was not satisfied. His second master taught him, "You are the screen on which all appears and disappears." Lan Shi remained unsatisfied. His third master said, "First, you must serve me for 10 years, then I will teach you." And so, for 10 years, Lan Shi served the master, cleaning the animals' dung, sweeping the floor, preparing meals, and washing clothes. After 10 years, Lan Shi told the master, "I have fulfilled my commitment and am now ready to receive your teaching." "Very well," the master replied, "you are the screen on which all appears and disappears. Over time, your I changes and disappears. Ask yourself, throughout this life, how many identities have you had? Where are they now? How long do you believe your current identity will last? Where does it go when it ends? Beneath is the support, it is the water for the boat, it is the sky for the cloud. What is known is supported by the unknown, which in turn is supported by the unknowable. To ignore this is the madness of men. What never changed, what will never change, is the fertile ground for exploration. What is permanent within the transient? Finding this ends the search, the seeker ends. Everything that can be gained can be lost. What cannot be obtained is what is already present, here and now. Align with this, and nothing more. Darkness need not be analyzed to be dispelled. Simply ignite the light of clarity, and all darkness vanishes. All things appear as they truly are to those not blinded by self-interest. Rain is falling. Grass is growing. The crow is a crow. Where is the effort in that? The desire to reach somewhere, a destination for a self chained to time, prevents the realization that all that exists is in this singular moment. Here and now. The world is known through the mind, but the support of the world cannot be known through the mind, for it predates the mind. When clarity is present, there are never any problems. When clarity is absent, problems are ever present. Once understanding is complete and clear, there is nothing to do but observe. With no one here and no one there, everything is as it should be. But talking about eating does not satisfy hunger. These words merely point to the restaurant. The solution to all problems is to see who has them. And the only one who can tear down the wall is the one who built it. Every day, become at least a gram lighter. What makes a wise man? Nothing more than recognizing the unity that appears as many. To perceive through appearances is everything. The search ends when the fish understands the futility of searching for the ocean. Water is no wetter here than there. There is no need to go there to obtain what is also here. Those chasing two rabbits catch none. The observer spends a lifetime in conflict with what is observed. This is resolved when both the observer and the observed dissolve in observation. Man's primary function is to create unhappiness for others. This ceases when it's understood there are no others. All suffering is personal. In the absence of the person, where can suffering fall? Peace is present at all moments. Remove the veil of thoughts. And where can peace not be found? Stop talking and thinking. Thus, nothing can remain unknown. Beliefs can be built up like a fortress wall. Unless the wall is torn down, the other side cannot be reached. Chasing appearances ignores the source of appearances. The entry to the unknown is narrow. Only those who abandon all acquired knowledge gain access. Silence is not the absence of sound. Silence is the absence of the I. Understanding is the end of questioning. He who understands, settles. My words are not important. Pay complete attention to the silence. The realization of what is can only be achieved by removing obstacles. I cannot describe what is, I can only describe what is not. The elimination of what is not, that is the great unlearning. Add not a single concept, empty yourself. Only when one is empty of their own emptiness does fullness manifest. That heavy garment, that personal identity that seems to protect you is merely a second skin, a step that separates you from the infinite. Remove it and go beyond all need for protection. There's no need to go beyond the mind, see through the mind. That is sufficient. When true emptiness is faced directly, all is lost. What more can one achieve when, in fact, there is no achiever? When the notion of the individual dissolves like ice in water, it's found that nothing is external. Everything is contained within the unified. Then comes freedom, freedom from this and that, freedom from yes and no, freedom to be what you always were, before you were someone. Clarity cannot be hurried, it's already there. It's only the veils, the mists of thought that tend to obscure it. Eternity is available at every moment. Reality is always now. Step back from your own concerns and eternity presents itself. Everything that rises, falls. The beginning and the end meet at a single point. The wise call this home. The wise do not have all the answers. The wise have no more questions. Everything is moving on the surface of tranquility. To trust that what brought you here will take you there is the end of all effort. When you were in the womb, nature took care of you. You did nothing. Why think it's different now? Reject thinking. Reject not thinking. This naturalness is where the particular becomes universal. What always was is like a seamless ball. Its beginning is nowhere and everywhere. Its end is everywhere and nowhere. Do you understand that this cannot be shown? The dream lasts as long as the dreamer. The end of the last is the end of the first. The greatest crime is to neglect who you really are for the belief in the story of who you think you are. This preoccupation with your personal drama is the cloud that covers the sun. In unity, everything constitutes being, there is no seer, and there is no sight. This is what cannot be known because there is no other to know it. This is what can only be found where there is neither presence nor absence. There's a great potential in you. Ignite your inner fire. The bigger that fire, the faster your water boils. If given the choice between 1,000 gold coins or complete understanding, choose the gold coins and enjoy yourself. For there is no one who can enjoy absolute understanding. You are incomprehensible, like space. Recognize that it's possible to directly experience this presence at all moments. Here and now. Being present and aware is not a state. It's the foundation upon which all things rest. Search for it, and you'll find what you never lost. You are it.